Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Jeep Commander, aka the Jeep Compass Pro Max, aka the Jeep Meridian. And before we start, let me show you this awesome car perfume from Involve Your Senses. This is the Involve Elements Flame, which is a fiery car perfume burning with passion and desire. It smells really very nice. I love the smell actually. Anyway, straight to the car. It's actually more than just a compass with an additional row of seats. It's not a stretch compass because it is actually a stretch compass, but a lot has changed because in terms of the design you can see things are different. But before that, let's open the engine bay of this vehicle, and there you can, oh my god, this is a little difficult. Oh my god, no hydraulic struts. What's happening here? Says Jeep Turbo Diesel right here. There's insulation there, of course. There is where the washer fluid actually goes. Engine vibrates and it is kind of on the louder side. Anyways, let's shut this and you can see it is actually based on the compass, but the engine, the platform, the dashboard and the features are kind of identical. I think one additional feature is a 9-speaker Alpine audio system. Rest is the same, but the design is actually inspired from the Grand Cherokee, which means that the lights are slightly different. Actually, they're quite different. It says Jeep Performance LED on the inside. All LED lights look really nice. You get this chrome as well and this 7 slats too. But you know what? In the Compass, it's not open. Here, this thing is actually open. In the Compass, it's completely shut. There is the front camera. Says Jeep right here. Parking sensors are here, but you only get 2 parking sensors, and the bumper, the lights and the alloy wheel design is actually different when compared to the Commander, because this is actually the Commander which is sold in Brazil. Anyways, the fog light placement is somewhere here in the Compass. In this car, in the Meridian, you get it right there. You get a lot of chrome. There's the towing hook. You can see this is the LED DRL, which also doubles up as the indicator. Meanwhile, the overall design is actually inspired from the Grand Cherokee, which looks quite nice. You also get this chrome here, and coming to the side, this is where you realize that this is much bigger than the Compass because it's longer with a longer wheelbase. In fact, it is taller, wider, longer and has a longer wheelbase when compared to the Compass, but still runs on 18-inch wheels, squared wheel arches. The size of the wheels happens to be 235, 55, 18. Again, compared to the Compass, the alloy wheel design is different. I really like the alloy wheel design of this car. Says Meridian here. You get this body side cladding which goes all through the car and also a chrome line. If you opt for accessories, you can get a side footstep, you can get a screen at the rear and all that. You get this piano black finishing, which is a fingerprint magnet. You can see my fingerprint. Oh my god, people will identify me and do identity theft. Let's rub this. Jokes aside, there is a camera here. It gets a 360-degree camera. Hello. And you get this piano black finishing on the pillar and on the roof as well. You get roof rails too, and a nice panoramic roof, I mean sunroof, whatever you want to call it, because the rear one does not open, so you can just call it a panoramic roof. Meanwhile, the length is like quite a lot. In fact, the rear door has been changed, the window area has been changed, and then the D pillar has also been changed. So a lot of changes here and there. You get rear discs as well, and to open this, just press it. There goes the diesel, there goes the AdBlue, and it gives you information how you have to fill. Wow, thank you so much. Coming to the rear of the car, you realize that again it's inspired from the Jeep Grand Cherokee, which means the lights are slimmer. They look really very nice. In fact, the attention detail is massive. It says Jeep here and limited, the variant name. There are actually 2 variants, limited and limited option. This is the top spec, of course. 4x4 because it comes in 4-wheel drive as well as 4x2. You get rear parking sensors, 4 of them. There's the towing hook. I don't think it will need it. Rear fog light, chrome lining right there, and Faisal Khan's fingers of truth, hunting for the exhaust, which happens to be somewhere here. Yeah, that is where the exhaust is. In the Compass, you can see the exhaust at the rear, so it's not hidden. Spare wheel is not an alloy. In fact, the size of the spare wheel is smaller, 145 70 17. Yeah, and you can see the underbody. Well, this is very rugged, but it's a monocoque platformed car. The indicator functioning at the moment, and they have a lot of Jeep written here or there. First and foremost, what is this? Okay, some sort of sign here. Anyways, power tailgate, just press a button right there and there opens the boot. Now the thing is, unlike the Commander, this one has a recline for the rear seat, the last row seat, so you can recline it a bit. So yeah, this is upright and then you can recline it as well. Oh my god, that's quite a lot of recline, which is actually nice for comfort, of course. And there you get a light as well. There's a hook where you can put stuff. Another hook here, I don't know what exactly this is, but you know what, the placement of the button for the power tailgate is kind of wrong. You have light on both the sides. Here you get a 31 liter storage box, and there is jack. I don't know where Rose is. Anyways, Let me just put this back into place. You can recline this completely. It's like a 50-50 recline. And now the boot increases. Yeah, kind of folds completely flat as well. But I'm not going to straight away shut the boot, because here we are going to get inside and I'm going to tumble it. It's a one-touch tumble. There you see. So it's easy to get in and out. It's a 40-60 split, of course, which means that when you do that, you can probably carry the Jeep Renegade inside. Jokes aside, the Renegade is also big enough, so you can't really do that. Here, fold it completely flat, and now you can see it's huge, the storage space, but you're going to put it back up because we are going to get into the last row of seats. So first and foremost, I'm going to recline one of the seats completely, maybe this one. Here, I like this recline angle is quite a bit. I was looking upwards to actually close the boot, and then I press this button. Sometimes it kind of malfunctions. I don't know why. It doesn't work that flawlessly well. Anyways, let's put this back into place. Okay, now this is upright, and then I can recline it slightly bit more. Anyways, get this quilting finishing as well. Beautiful seats. You know what? It gets brown seats and a little bit brown on the dashboard when compared to the Compass. So that's also something which is slightly different. And talking about being a Jeep, it obviously has the traditional old Jeep, I think the Willys right there. Can you see that? Yeah, that's like a nice Easter egg. Here is where the vehicle information is there, I think chassis number and all that stuff. Now you know what, we are actually on a helipad, but this car is not going to take off. So let's just put this back into place. Recline angle, upright, and little bit further reclines, not much as such. Anyways, there is a center armrest. Yeah, there is a center armrest here. Some sound is coming from where I don't even know. I think maybe the audio system is making some sound. Yeah, volume is like completely down. Okay, it's for the ventilated seats which is making the sound right now, so I'm just going to shut it at the moment. It does make a lot of sound now, the ventilated seats. That's shut. And now what we are going to do is we are going to get into the rear seat. So first and foremost, very easy to tumble. Press this button and there it tumbles all the way, so easy to get in and out. And the doors open 80 degrees. Well, Tata Altos will say, take that, Jeep Meridian. Getting in and out is relatively easy, but you see, rear seat does not have much space. The last row of seats is just kind of namesake, or best for children or best for short journeys. Getting in and out might not be that tough, but you know what, I can't put this back because there is just no legroom for a tall passenger like me. So if I shut this like this, kaise piche leke maine aise shut kiya usko. Oh my god, you can see there is absolutely no legroom. Under thigh support to hai nahi, there's zero under thigh support. You can see how I'm sitting with my knees to my chest. Headroom is just about adequate for someone as tall as me. Window area is big enough. There is a cup holder here, and I think this is to put your phone as well, so that's kind of practical. Same is replicated on the other side as well. And you can see the seat, when it's upright, it's too upright, and when it's reclined, it's fine and more comfortable as such. Air conditioning controls here on the top, so last row of passengers actually get control of the air conditioning. Maybe it should have been in the center, but then obviously because of sunroof they cannot do it. And you get AC vents here as well, which is very similar to what you've seen in a lot of American cars, the way the AC vents have been done. Let me do one thing, let me put this back into place. Okay, now I can just press this button and then tumble it. So getting in and out from the last row is not difficult at all because it's very easy, but there is no space. This is just for children. You get ISOFIX child seat mounts, of course. Let's get outside because I'm kind of feeling claustrophobic. This car gets 6 airbags and some birds are making noises. Anyways, let's put this back into place. Now this seat does not move ahead or behind, so it's a fixed seat. And let me tell you that legroom and kneeroom is actually quite good here. Under thigh support is also decent enough, and headroom is actually little bit of a tight thingy for me, someone as tall as me, but that's fine. There is a hook here, there's a handle, there's a light placement. Seat belts get the height adjust function as well, and you know what, you get a USB charging socket. You see this Jeep face, that's also given here. Meanwhile, here you get a 12-volt charging socket. There's none at the front, it's kind of disappointing. This is a regular USB, by the way. AC vents have been placed here, none on the B pillar. Scooped out seat back, not very much. Magazine holder here, and the armrest is a bit on the higher side. You get some placement for maybe something or the other in the center, but 2 cup holders as well. Seats are actually quite comfortable and nice. I really like the seats of the car. So it's good for the middle row, of course, because there's good amount of comfort, but because the car is wider now, 3 people can actually sit in comfortably, and the floor is almost flat, but this kind of protrudes. The dashboard is identical to the Compass, but you get brown in the center, which kind of differentiates it from the Compass, which gets all black. Of course, you use this handle and get out. Getting in and out is not difficult at all. You see there's storage space here, but lot of hard plastics, nice leather and stitching on the door pads as well. Piano black finishing here, chrome finish on the door handles. Let's shut this, listen to it, okay? Yeah, nice third. There's a request sensor on the other side, which is a nice addition, and obviously powered seats for the co-passenger at the front as well. Says Jeep here, and it says Alpine sound system. Door pockets are big enough here as well. It says put a bottle only, nothing else. You can unlock and lock the door from the co-passenger side, and all the power windows are one touch up and down. Again, piano black finishing. You get this nice chrome line. The glove box is decent size. I don't think it's cooled as such. And yeah, let's get to the driver's side of things. Now all the features are same as the Compass, so there's nothing much new to explore as such. So yeah, first and foremost, I like the fact that there's actually place to keep your key. Before that, you see it tells you the tire pressure, says Jeep here. Proper nice dead pedal, and there's some exposed bits, the steering column and all. This is to open the hood of the vehicle, and it also points that here. These are the controls for the headlights, automatic headlights of course. This is for front fog, this is for rear fog, this is for the headlight level, and this is to increase or decrease the intensity, I think, for the instrument cluster. Okay, everything is one touch up and down for the power windows. This to unlock the car, this to lock the car, this for child lock, and this is for outside rear view mirror adjustment. And then obviously you can shut the mirrors. You get memory seats for the drivers. You can save up to 2 people settings, which is actually a nice thing. And I think this is what, I don't know exactly. Anyways, seats are really nice and comfortable. It even says Jeep here. The attention to detail in some places is actually quite nice here. Anyways, the dashboard looks very nice and premium. Let's get in, and the door shuts with a proper third. It says stop start ready, blah 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 blah. Anyways, now let me just put this tag here, which is for the amazing car perfume from Involve Your Senses. It's very easy to use. All you have to do is just spray it twice like that, and it brings instant freshness inside the car. It's a very nice perfume, just matches the character of this car, which is amazing. Anyways, you can see the dashboard design looks super duper awesome. I'm just going to keep the car perfume right there, because you get twin cup holders in the center and a place to keep your key, like properly slotted. Here is a mobile phone holder as well, and this slides ahead and behind. There's some storage space below the front center armrest as well, and there's a wireless charging pad which does not work very flawlessly. You have to keep moving the phone to get the perfect position for charging. USB-C, regular USB. These are the controls for the air conditioning. This is for mute, this is to turn off the screen, this is to browse through stuff, and this is for the air conditioning. This is for volume. So some physical controls, actually a nice touch. AC vents are placed right here in the center. I like this sort of a continuous AC vent treatment as well. Auto dimming inside rear view mirror. Here you get a mirror, but why is the light not working? That's kind of weird. Why is the light not working? The lights are on actually, but still the lights are not working. Or there is a light or not, I don't know honestly. This is actually thick. Will this work? I doubt it. So is this a light which actually works? I don't know. There's a handle on the driver's side as well, and this is to open the boot of the vehicle. I was actually searching down here, I thought niche hoga nahi hai. But anyways, let's open the sun blind. So the panoramic roof is actually big enough. Mic placement here as well. Let's open this completely. So this will just open the sun blind of the car, and if I want to open the sunroof, I press this button and then it opens. Now it gets connected car tech, it gets wireless Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay. So plenty of features, the regular bits which you would expect at this price point, and there it opens big enough, and then we're just going to shut it. So yeah, brings in so much airiness inside this car, which is actually fantastic. There it shuts. So coming to the dashboard design, well, this is a 10.1 inch screen, which is actually quite nice. They call it the U-Connect. You get media, you get comfort, obviously you get ventilated seats. Both the front seats get the ventilation function. It obviously has to have navigation and a compass because it's based on the compass. Get into phone. Vehicle has so many things. Firstly, this is the surround view camera. It's actually a nice camera with a good view. The quality of the camera is good, and you've got multiple views. You can see front, side, rear and everything. That's nice. Here's the 360-degree view, and then I can get into the rear view of the camera, and then obviously it gets adaptive guidelines as well, and then if I want, I can actually zoom in as well. Quite good. Anyways, let's get out of this. And when I get into apps, there are plenty of apps as well, like loaded with a lot of apps, but everything is very similar to, of course, the compass. So not much to explore here. We'll just get into home. So this is sort of a fingerprint magnet because, yeah, all screens are a fingerprint magnet. This is the passenger on and off. It will tell you the data. This is for parking sensor. This is for the hazard light, and this is for traction control. This is for the stop start system. AC vent, easy to control. Air conditioning is actually a chiller, makes quite a lot of sound as well. I'm just going to shut it for the moment. Gear lever is nice to hold. This is for the off-road mode. There are 4 off-road modes. sand, mud, snow and auto. This is the electric parking brake of the vehicle. This is for auto hold, this is for 4-wheel drive low, this is for downhill assist, and this is for 4-wheel drive lock. So that's all easily done. And steering wheel is adjustable both for reach as well as rake. And this is the engine start button here, kind of hidden as well. Now these are the controls for the indicators and the pass by. These are the controls for the wipers. The wipers actually work quite well. Lot of spray on offer. Like, look at the amount of spray. Meanwhile, the rear wipers also work really nice. Yeah, good amount of spray on offer there as well. So cleans the windscreen in no time at all, and doesn't spray much on the top, like on the roof as well. So that's nicely done. Now that happens to be a 10.25-inch instrument cluster, which is again similar to the Jeep Compass, and I can browse through a lot of information. Yeah, it's not the easiest to browse, but yeah, it gives you a lot of information, saying 6 kilometers per liter is the fuel efficiency right now. And then obviously I can decide what I want to see. I can see the audio system, I can see the car details as well. So it's telling me what is the mode for the 4-wheel drive system. So yeah, it's actually a nice one. So we are going to try and use as many as possible, and then I can obviously change it to miles per hour, and I can change the mode as well. So that's kind of, yeah, nicely done. So these are actually the controls to operate that instrument cluster. This is for phone call, receiving or cancelling. These are the buttons for the cruise control system. The horn is not that great. Leather on the steering wheel, feels really nice to hold. You get this beautiful stitching as well. You might be wondering, how does the person who's actually on the driver's seat control the media there? First and foremost, let's get into reverse. There is a reverse parking camera, which I've already shown you. Let's get out of reverse. So it's very simple. What you have to do is firstly get out of the car, and here we are. And as soon as I get out of the car, you can see it says engine running, and the instrument cluster mode keeps changing. It goes small and it goes big. Now here you can see these are the controls for probably volume, and it has controls on the other side as well. So there are controls here, hidden controls. One is for the volume, the other is to go to a previous or to a next track. So all that also can be easily done. Yeah, I kind of like the ease of doing things in this car. When you're on the driving seat, everything is in your line of sight as well. Meanwhile, let's listen to an audio right away. Audio quality is actually quite nice, and this car has a 146mm longer wheelbase for added comfort, of course. This is the key. This is to unlock the car, this is to lock the car, and this is to open the boot of the vehicle. It says Jeep right there. Let's do one thing. Let's turn off the car. When I do that, the instrument cluster vanishes. It says Jeep right there. It also gets connected car tech. We get out of the car. I'm going to lock the car right away, and there I lock it. It makes a slight amount of sound, and there obviously the mirrors close. When I unlock the car, the mirrors obviously retract, and when you turn on the car, it says Jeep right there. It says Jeep here as well. Anyways, let's start driving right away. Alright, we are all set to go, which means turning off the air conditioning, getting it into drive mode, rear view camera on, changing the cluster mode as well to the analog sort of a feel. Anyways, we get into manual mode. We turn off traction control as well. Traction control off. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, hazard light off, rev still slightly under 2000 RPM, in fact 1800 RPM, and off we go. Acceleration is brisk, and so is stopping power. Actually, this is in miles per hour, so I just changed it to kilometers per hour. I don't know how that happened. Anyways, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. Oh, why is it not revving? Come on, rev. Box down. Look at the way it goes through a corner, flat, absolutely flat, and you won't believe it. I did not even lift off for a second while going through that corner. That is the level of road holding from this guy. It's absolutely stunning. Brakes also fantastic. Engine is quite refined as such, and now we have come to this sort of an off-road patch, but no problem. Look at the ride quality. Look at this. Unbelievable, the kind of pace you can maintain in this car. It's unreal. The thrust, the balance, everything. Wow, I love it. And brakes, little bit of judder, but absolutely sure-footed. Again, let's go, let's launch. We're going to launch it into normal drive mode, and off we go. So I've noticed one thing, that it shifts slightly before 4000 RPM, 3500 RPM to be precise, in drive mode. Otherwise in manual mode it does shift slightly higher. And look at this. Okay, look at the freaking balance. Okay, little bit it got upset because of a lot of sand on the road, but otherwise the balance is absolutely fantastic. This engine is very nice. It's very sweeter motor, and in spite of the fact that this car weighs heavier than the Compass, you really do not feel that. You know why? Because they have obviously tuned it to take care of the additional weight. You don't even have to slow down on such roads. You can just go at whatever speed you want, because that is the level of road holding, that is the level of ride quality. Like, even on the bad roads, you don't feel anything. Unbelievable, right? Well, monocoque chassis, and of course there. Now I realize when I get into manual mode, it will shift almost at 5000 RPM, so it really holds on to a gear for much longer. Now this is the 2-liter multi-jet 2 diesel engine, which also powers the Compass, and since it powers the Compass, performance is more or less the same, because power and torque also remains the same here. There's no change on that front. So we should launch it once again, but after some time, which means that this car produces 170 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque, identical to the Compass. There's no change on that front. Result is that it's almost a second slower than the Compass because of the added weight. So it weighs 1800 kgs for the 4x2, and it weighs almost 1900 kgs for the 4x4. We are driving the 4x4. Oh my god, the road is so bad. Faisal, you're in a Meridian, you don't have to worry about it here. Look at the way this car rides. Okay, the ride is slightly on the stiffer side at lower speed, but beautifully, improves once you speed up, of course, because the suspension is fantastic. Independent suspension, it gets frequency selective damping as well, and honestly the ride is unbelievably good. Okay, at high speeds it's amazing, at low speeds it's good, but that little bit of stiffness does affect it a little bit, and I love the brakes on this car. Really sure-footed stopping power. And now we're going to make a quick U-turn. So steering is actually light enough. Check this out, really light steering wheel, easy to actually turn it around as well. In spite of the added length and bigger wheelbase, maneuverability is still actually very nice in this car. But the best thing is the ride and handling balance. Body roll is really well contained. The steering is actually a delight. It improves at higher speeds, offers good amount of feel and feedback, and the car has fantastic road holding as well. The longer wheelbase further helps the cause in terms of high speed stability. But this engine takes this Meridian, I keep saying Compass, I just cannot get Compass out of my head. Okay, it takes this car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 10.8 seconds, which is the claim number. I believe it's going to take around 11.5 seconds for the 4-wheel drive version, because it weighs around 100 kg, 90 kg more than the 2-wheel drive. But performance is more than ample. Yeah, low end isn't that sprightly here, and the mid range is actually very strong, and the top end it becomes quite vocal. So it's a very refined motor. Only thing is it becomes vocal when you try to push it in the higher end of the rev range. So beyond 3,500 RPM it starts getting vocal, and then it redlines almost around say 4,700 RPM or the likes. Now there is manual mode available, but there are no paddle shifters, which is kind of disappointing. With manual mode, well, you can change gears, but it does not hold on to a gear, which is a little disappointing. Come on, give me like complete manual control of things. Here we are. I'm going to launch this car. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Okay, stop start system has turned off the car, hazard light off, revving the motor, and off we go. Now, of course, the Compass feels better to drive in terms of handling, in terms of engine performance as well, because more weight, longer length. So all that does affect the, handling to a certain extent. It also affects the performance to a certain extent, but then performance is more than ample. Although they could have boosted the output from the engine slightly more, just to give it that added performance and added boost which you would expect when you're paying so much for a car. Like, the mechanicals are kind of identical to the Compass, and that added performance would never hurt anybody. Because we're just going to get onto this road, and I realized that guy is coming from that side, so I was wondering, is this the right road I'm going on? But never mind, I think we are on the right road. So I also changed the cluster mode here. This rear view camera, it turns on and it turns off after some time, I don't know why. And look, listen to the engine now, okay? Gets a bit boomy. Now it is available with, okay, look at this, okay, no effect over bad roads. That's the level of ride quality, is absolutely amazing. The way this car rides, it's just so smooth, so sure-footed, even on the worst of roads. It just like gobbles everything in its stride. That is the level of ride, man. Jeep absolutely nails it when it comes to ride quality of its cars. But there are 3 variants on offer, so you actually get like only one engine is there. There will be a petrol which will be offered later. There is no word on that yet, but I believe it's not going to be the 1.4 liter engine, the multi-air, the one which powers the Compass. No, instead they'll give us the 1.3 liter engine, which is also available on the Commander in Brazil, and that has more performance and stuff. But honestly, just stay away from petrol engines because they drink a lot, which brings me to the competition, which is largely petrol, like the Kodiaq and the Tiguan, but all space is gone, so it really doesn't compete with the Tiguan anymore, because at the end of the day what really matters is 7 seats here. Now we are going to make a quick U-turn here. I just love driving this car. It's mechanically very sorted, and then turning radius isn't that bad either. And then you see worst roads, you want to drive over them because you know this car will absolutely glide over them. I really think that in terms of the ride and handling balance, Jeep has done a fantastic job here because the suspension is super compliant. The car is actually fun to drive, although a little bit more power wouldn't hurt anybody. And that initial lag plus the gearbox, it's a little slow. It's not little, I mean, it likes to take its own vacation at times because it won't give you a downshift like very urgently. And it's a torque converter unit, 9-speed torque converter unit. You also can get it with a 6-speed manual transmission wherein you control the gear, so that will be a little bit more fun to drive. I believe that is the one with 4x2, which is going to give you the best possible performance, and that claim timing will only be able to, you will only be able to achieve it with that particular car. The horn is nice actually. I can't hear much on the inside actually. So like I was telling you, I have to keep pressing this rear view camera button. Yeah, so top speed is 198 kilometers per hour. I don't know, by 2 kilometers per hour, why did they miss reaching 200 kilometers per hour? Well, if they did, that would be like really very nice, because the double turn is what this car would be able to achieve, and that's something I think it can achieve because its performance is like not an issue here. Now there is a 4x2 manual, there's a 4x2 automatic, and then there's the 4x4 only available with an automatic gearbox. Now you can see the roads ahead. I will not even have to slow down because look at the way the composure, the car doesn't flinch an eyelid, it just goes. Yeah, suspension becomes slightly noisy though. The stop-start system is quite aggressive. Anyways, I believe this car will give you a fuel efficiency somewhere between, say, 8 to 9 kilometers per liter in the city. Out on the highway, that can be stretched to almost, say, 13 to 14 kilometers per liter, which is good. Making an overtake, not a problem there. The mid-range is so juicy, it will just get the job done, and the fuel tank capacity happens to be 60 liters as well. Anyways, let's do one thing. Let's go off-road. Now the thing is, this Compass, even though it's a unibody monocoque, it's still very nice and easy over off-road terrain because firstly, body roll is very well contained. I have to be a bit on the brakes right now, but yeah, it is better than the Fortuner in terms of comfort, but Fortuner obviously feels more rugged without a doubt. Now it's time to go over a rock bed, and this basically shows you how good the ride is of this vehicle. Although we are on street tires, no issue at all. Like, I've left off the accelerator pedal and it will aram se glide through. Quite a bit of movement, but much better than, say, body on frame SUVs. That comfort is always there. Can't see a thing, but thankfully the front camera shows that. Now ground clearance is 203 mm, and I hope it does not touch because we were quite declined there. Comfortable enough. Actually, it's quite effortless.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain...
Alright, it's time to check the articulation of this car. I'll just keep going straight.
Yeah.
Slow.
A constant momentum.
Okay.
Without using brakes. Just a little tap on the acceleration.
Goes very smoothly, this car. Crazy articulation. I believe 2 wheels are up. On to the next one. Oh my god.
You can feel the difference when it drops.
We get into 4 low?
We can.
Whoa.
Complete left.
And here we are into a larger ditch, much larger, and check the way the articulation is. Whoa. Ah. And here we go. This shows the center of gravity of the car. Oh my god.
So get your angle you're driving.
Yeah, it looks like I'm in a truck and you're
Yeah.
maybe in a sports car.
Sports car. Low rider sitting down the ground.
And now we will be checking the breakover angle of the car. Oh. Testing positive articulation, which is over the ground. The earlier one was under the ground, and then this one will be supremely comfortable. Constant throttle. I think this one is a little broken, the left side thingy. Quite easy. That was a breeze. To climb some steps, 23 degrees, constant throttle. Oh my god, that was so easy. Looked very steep, huh?
Full throttle.
Full throttle, okay. Okay, 35-degree gradient, and here we go. Full throttle.
Keep the wheel straight, wheel straight.
Wheel straight on the right side. And we'll have to go in 4 low probably. Issue is that the car has street tires, so that's why, and plus a lot of people have already gone, so it's kind of dug up the ground. That's the reason it could not go so smoothly. But we shall try this again, but in 4 low. Here we go. Four low, super easy. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm on full throttle, and here we are.
Right.
Yeah, there's a cone ahead. Yeah. Okay, time for a drop. Wide cut. I think I need the camera now.
Slowly. Yes. I want to feel the articulation here.
Okay, we are on 3 wheels. I can't see much ahead actually. Wouldn't this be better if you use downhill assist?
No, I wanted you to give your inputs to the vehicle rather than vehicle doing everything on your own.
That was a cakewalk. Oh my goodness. If that's how Wrangler goes, I don't know how this will go. Oh, quite easy. So Wrangler is actually the support car right ahead. Very easy piece. So much grip and traction. Just wonder how will it perform with, off-road specific tires, because the road tires pe to like it's just doing it so smoothly and effortlessly. And we are right now in 4-wheel drive lock, which is basically 50-50 power distribution to the front and the rear axle. Otherwise, all-wheel drive systems, they usually end up channeling more power to the front wheels, more front bias systems, for better efficiency, of course. I have lost that Wrangler, have I? No, it's there. So this is called the ultimate drop. It's 32 degrees. Oh my goodness. There, slowly on the brakes. We go where no wheels have gone before. That's what Jeep claims. And okay, my goodness, this is quite steep. So things are falling in the rear. Steering straight. Car is kind of slipping. And then we have another massive drop. So here you are going to hear it. I'm going to shut up. Ooh. Ah. And another one, yeah.
Very slowly, yeah.
The slower you go, the easier things get.
So we use a term called ASAP. What does ASAP mean?
As soon as possible.
As slow as possible.
The drop continues, but the scary part is over. Articulation is good. Breakover angle is also good. I thought the car is going to touch in so many places, but no, it does not touch. It just manages to glide through everywhere so smoothly. Slowly.
Very slowly. Do not leave your brakes at all.
Oh God.
Slow.
Extreme side. Did it? Ah. Very nice.
This was the surprise.
Good, I didn't eat anything. Everything would be out. Ah.
Let us know when he's ready for the water fording. Just around the corner. Slow.
Time for water fording. I think this is around 380 mm deep, and this car has a 400 mm water weighting capacity, slow and steady. Yeah, that's easy, no problem here at all. And back on the road right now, let me tell you that even though this car is extremely capable off the road, very few people are actually going to be buying the 4x4. Most people are going to end up with the 4x2, which is faster, more efficient and cheaper as well. And talking about cheaper, well, I believe the price is going to be somewhere between 33 to 39 lakhs on road Mumbai. They cannot price it over 40 lakhs. They just cannot do it because obviously, I mean, this is a Compass which is with an additional row of seats, and for the price it might be slightly expensive because it misses out on ADAS functions, which is available in the Commander in Brazil, so that's something which is lacking. And for the most part, the car is fantastic, very well rounded, extremely well put together. But then you also have to compare it with the segment leader, the Toyota Fortuner, which is slightly above, say, 40 lakhs on road, and that is a place you don't want to be because it's the segment leader. No matter which car you buy, no matter how good your car is, you do not compete with the Toyota Fortuner, period. It has a fan following which is absolutely unparalleled. Like, you just cannot come close to the Fortuner in terms of price and positioning, because it's just next level, the Fortuner, in terms of a lot of things. And that's the reason you have to actually stay away from pricing your car near the Fortuner, because the Fortuner is a Fortuner is a Fortuner is a Fortuner. So I believe that the top end should not exceed 40 lakhs no matter what, on road Mumbai, of course. Now, kudos to Jeep for still being bullish on the Indian market, because most American car makers have actually left. Say Chevrolet, Harley Davidson, and not Harley Davidson, not a car maker, but automobile maker, motorcycle maker has left. Now it's in partnership with, of course, our friends from Hero. But the whole crux of the situation is even Ford left India, and Jeep is the only American car maker which is still bullish, investing, and kudos to them for actually being bullish on the Indian market, because at the end of the day, we know that the Indian market is very tough to crack, specifically when you are having few number of cars, and especially in a higher segment, because like the Compass starts at a range which is 21 point something lakhs on road Mumbai and goes all the way to 37 point something lakhs for the Trailhawk, which is the top end variant, of course. So fantastic car, really well packaged. The only thing is they need to price it right. They will charge a premium over the Compass, of course, that's a given, because the Compass, like I was telling you, the Trailhawk costs around 37 lakh rupees. So this should not exceed 40 lakhs, period. And if they manage to get the price right, I believe this car will sell in decent numbers. Don't look at it as a full-blown 7-seater. Look at it as a 5+2, a car with 5 seats and a big boot, and that's where this one really shines. So guys, this is my vlog of the Jeep Meridian, a hugely impressive car. The only thing is Jeep's sales and service outlets aren't as many, and that's something that could be a hindrance for their success in the Indian market, because the Compass really doesn't sell in the numbers it deserves, because it is better than the Fortuner in many ways because of the monocoque chassis, hugely capable car as well. You can't hear a thing, you know why? Engine is off. Stop start system, I tell you. So there are 3 powertrains and 5 variants on offer, and 82% localization, so quite a lot of localization. In fact, Jeep is making most of its right-hand drive models in India itself, showing how bullish they are about the Indian manufacturing. Little bit of wheel spin, finally it doesn't wheel spin at all. That is the level of grip on offer. If Jeep price it right, well, this is going to sell in good numbers. So guys, if you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel, and make sure to check out this awesome car perfume from Involve Your Senses. This is the Involve Elements Flame. It's really very nice in terms of smell, and you can click on the top right to get yours with a 10% discount using coupon code FASBEAM. And then I realized when I go off the road or anywhere, man, this has some level of ride quality. Like, it kind of feels indestructible in spite of having a monocoque chassis. That's fantastic, isn't it? Bye bye.